Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts, Vertek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventure.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Golden Feather. Today is September 19th, 2020, and we have our guest Jahlon for episode 51. Another day in the life of being an Ashes of Creation person. I don't know.
Another day in the life, just waiting for some more Ashes info here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I figured the title was fairly fitting due to some new projects Mr. Jahlon has going.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. I want to say hello to everyone that's here. Some of mine, some of yours. We can all be friends.
Oh, do I say it weird? I'm sorry. They're like, ooh, a French-sounding Jahlon. And I was like, I didn't know I'm saying it weird. I'm sorry. Apparently, I do that to a lot of people's names. I make it sound way fancier than it really is. Let me fix my lighting real quick, actually. I look really tan for some reason.
When is launch? Launch is next week. Next week, it is launch. It's fully ready to go. And we're going to have a blast. It's going to be amazing. The servers will not catch fire, guaranteed.
Steven's been secretly holding on to launch.
Actually, this whole time we've been in beta, you guys just didn't know. We've been showing you year-old information.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard it here, folks. Oh, goodness. All right, so I don't think we need too much of an introduction, but just on the off chance somebody comes across our video and doesn't know who you are, tell us who you are, Jahlon.
I am Jahlon. And your French accent sounds so much better. I may have to change it. But I am one of the content creators at for Ashes of Creation, and I'm the Ashes 101 guy. I'm the school teacher who's done the website that's all educational Ashes related. So that's me.
You want to learn a thing or three? Head over that way.
Yes, but only
definitely.
3.
Only 3. No
only
more.
Only 3. No more.
Yeah.
There's a limit to what you get to learn. That's it.
Yeah. You gotta go elsewhere.
Go to the wiki. If you want more than 3, go to the wiki.
He also does have his own website, paradoxgaming.net, where he posts a lot of interesting things. One thing that he posted, which I think most people can benefit from, whether or not you are creating content for Ashes of Creation or something else, he has this content creator kind of guide, if you will, and I thought it was really cool and really nifty, and I learned a thing or 3 from it.
I wish somebody had sat me down 4 years ago and told me all the stuff I put there, because my content creator career would have gone a completely different direction. I tell people all the time, and in fact, it's on that page. I have a 22 character creator name. For your program, the Golden Feather, that works, but it's really difficult to fit a 22 character creator name places, and you can't undo that. You can't double back and fix it. So yeah, I'm always about helping new creators, help people figure out what they need to know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forget to eat my mic, by the way.
Yeah, she likes to let it float over here. Like in the videos, I'm not sure how many people have used mics in a recording setting, but a lot of times when you see a mic like this, it looks like about a foot away or something. No, it's like right there. It's like right there.
I just have to learn to eat it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really hard to turn something around and make a change to names or presentation or brand. Even like when we first started and we did the Party of 5 thing, and we had 5 people on Party of 5. We had 4 of us that were on as normal, and then we had a random guest on every week. And after that went for, I want to say, like 6 months or 7 months, we ended up steering off and doing just this, just because schedule conflicts with 5 people is a pain.
Oh goodness, yes. And I mean, there's still things that we haven't completely recovered from with that also. I mean, if you hover over Horrendous's emotes that he put, it still says Ashes P, mainly because the new emote prefix that they're trying to offer us just isn't nearly as nice. But also, I like to think of it as Ashes Phoenix, But again, our first ever Golden Feather podcast is rising.
Ash's Party of Five. So there's Ash's P.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And I think in our Discord for the longest time, we had the Party of Five bot announcing everything.
The Twitter bot sometimes does that. Actually, speaking of, I have to go rerun that. I forgot to turn it back on. Sorry.
But yeah, that's some key advice you put up there, the 22 character name. Because even when it comes to like Twitter, we're one feather short of being able to include everything. Yeah, the golden feather.
Yeah.
No E at the end.
No.
Just feather.
But solid info. You can indeed do a rebrand. One feather. You can indeed do a rebrand like we did, but oh, thank you. But it's hard. It takes a lot of work, and you got to be persistent. And there are days when I'm just like, but there's no news, and he goes, but if we fall off here, and I'm like, okay, that's fair. You're right. And just gotta keep going at it. Persistence is key, I suppose.
Well, and to jump on the content creator part of that, I think a lot of people forget that being a content creator is a job. It's the lyrics from Rap Superstar. It's a job. It's a fun job, but it's still a job. And if you don't approach it, then, as a job, then people are like, I don't understand why I'm not being successful. Well, you put out one video every 2.5 months. So that's why you're not successful.
Yeah, and that's actually something we got to get better on. We lose focus of YouTube and getting stuff up there. Like I think we have.
We're sorry, YouTube.
I was just telling Jahlon here before the show that we're doing a refresh on my computer. So once I actually finish that, I'll be doing more work. Just right now, it's got so many old parts and it was running so slow. I got to do a reinstall of everything. So because opening one video in Premiere would take like 5 minutes for the thing to even open. So it was kind of stupid.
Oof.
But hey, we're gonna get back on it.
Not to mention, I'm getting better at adjusting audio and making sure the audios are, the levels are, level, I guess, about even, makes it easier for his editing skills, because he's done some superhero work on fixing the editing for things before. And there's some that we just couldn't help.
Yeah, I mean it takes some work, takes some effort. But speaking of work and effort, dude, how many projects and different sites and things do you have going? And you just like the other day were like, oh yeah, by the way, here's another one.
Yeah.
We'll do more stuff.
So the people who know me, they know my background is before 9/11. I was a Catholic school teacher, which shocks people. It absolutely shocks people. But I have wanted to make like content for helping people for a couple of years, and I just never got around to it. And real talk, I was sitting there thinking the other day, I'm about to turn 41, and what happens if I get hit by a bus? I've got older kids, I've got older children, but I still have a 7-year-old, and she would have there's no camcorder footage of me. She'd be able to watch like my old YouTube stuff, but I said, I need to leave some advice for my teenager and for my 7-year-old. And I said, well, what if other people could benefit from that? So I started my Jahlon On series on life, motivation, success, like stuff like that. I'm doing that. I'm doing the content creator help stuff. So I'm just keeping busy because I
wholesome.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep busy because I'm retired and a lot of people don't know that. So I have the time. I got to use it wisely.
Yeah, and that's always the trick, is using it wisely.
Yeah.
Right? Especially even just balancing one podcast with trying to put out like a bunch of content with like anything, even a part-time job. It gets tricky unless you're like razor focused on stuff, because you can lose track of something for 1 week and it will set you 3 weeks behind on everything else, because you start getting off track and it snowballs in ways that you don't even expect.
And it's also funny, I was just sitting here, I actually have another project with Jakuda, BCG, and Wandering Mist. We're doing a podcast with a twist. It's we don't do it live, we record our segments and Jakuda splices them together.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm working all the time.
hey, every day you're hustling. You gotta, so much content you gotta put out. And I know you said that you don't view it as work at all.
No, I don't. I view it as a hobby, but I treat it like a job because it's fun. The moment it stops being fun is the moment I stop doing it. Like, people asked, how have I done over 160 hours of Q&A streams for Ashes? Because it's fun for me. I just did 4 hours. A lot of my guys are here, but I just did 4 hours, and that was fun. Even though we were riding like the act a bit about the bad questions, it was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the old saying that, you always hear parents tell kids is find something you enjoy and it'll never feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a truth. And I would also like to take a moment and just say, first off, thank you guys for joining us. And some of you are very curious as to who we were. And I know we were pretty obscure. We're really bad at social media. I'm working on it. I'm trying to understand Reddit a little bit better. I'm trying to understand like getting our name out there a little bit better. So thank you so much for coming over with Jahlon and joining us,
But yeah. I want to give you a shout out, Bree. You've mastered the art of Instagram, and that is something I struggle with because each social media platform has to be treated as a platform.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do Instagram. I don't even know how to use the platform well. So I think that's kind of why I've started doing content creation stuff. So I want to learn from you. You cracked the Instagram code. Now we got to find somebody who knows Twitter and we'll be all set.
I actually, my only experience, and I actually recently deleted my Instagram and started it back over, my own personal one. But my experience is from doing cosplay and following other people in the cosplay community. And like, they were teaching me how to use Instagram because I was also like, what do I do? Here's an image. They're like, no, you don't just put an image there. You have to tag certain things. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's just like a big learning process. It's kind of fun, but never too old to update food. Actually, I think, Jahlon, were you the one that typed that you're failing at this millennial thing because you forget to take photos of your food?
Yes, that's me. That's me. I forgot to take photos of my dinner, so I'd be a bad millennial.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. I take photos, but I never post it anywhere. I don't know why. I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how many times she's told me, no, keep your fork right there. All right. And she snaps like 2 pictures. Okay, I got it. And never see that picture ever.
Nope.
After that.
I don't post it. It's just my own thing, I guess.
It's like she's practicing for when she can properly millennial. Well, I don't know.
You know who's really good at food pictures? Who's really good at food pictures? Steven is really good at food pictures.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can't say I bumped into him. I'm gonna have to look now. Start grading his stuff.
Yeah, they're all on the Discord. We don't get leaks. We don't get leaks anymore. We get Steven's dinner or Steven's breakfast.
Oh, geez.
Now I'm just, for some reason, now I'm imagining like a segment on some comedy show with like Gordon Ramsay, like critiquing people's Instagram food pics. The hell is this shit?
Oh, good. I'm not alone. Thank you, Ninja. Oh, shh.
Oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, they have dogs. Let's see.
Come.
Well,
You want to see a dog?
and we were like, it feels nice out today. Let's go ahead and leave the glass door open. No, puppy's over there sniffing the air. Oh, there's something out there.
Oh, don't you start that.
See? Bring your pet to stream day.
She's grumpy. She's being
Absolutely.
a grumpy.
Cat's masters. Yeah, absolutely. But our cat is hiding like a proper master. Like, make us come to her
Constantly.
somewhere.
And our dog thinks that our cat wants to play like a puppy would play.
But yeah. So I gotta ask, man, how do you keep motivated and just inspired to continue for so many hours on Ashes alone? Like, I know everybody says, like, even people on Reddit are like, there's not even any actual content to talk about, but you do. Like,
So let me be honest with you. A lot of people have said, I've heard your show, a bunch of times, and I've heard the same answer, but every time you give the answer, you find something new to add to it. I did my show. Okay, I did my show today, and today was a light day. I only have 7 to-do items from my show today. Yesterday was 2.5 pages. I do a show. Somebody asks me a question I can't answer. I try to find the answer. I try to pester Steven. And then the next time I get asked the question, I might have something new. And like today, we were going over the questions for next month. The thing is that today I had somebody new. I had a new viewer. So my community knows that there's going to be humor and there's going to be stuff there, but there's going to be knowledge. So that's how I do it. It's like I get to be a teacher again without having to get up at 6 a.m. and go to a school building. And I love it.
That's the best kind of teaching right there too.
All the perks and none of the pain.
Yeah. Well, not all the
yell
perks.
at your students. You can yell at your students now. It's totally okay. Like I got some of your stream earlier. You're like, that's stupid. No, just no.
I can also ban my students out of my classroom on Twitch. You're banned.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You can't tell the principal either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I think my favorite part about it is also that Jahlon is not only a good teacher, but he's a very patient teacher. And he's somebody who, like, you as a new viewer, if you're looking for someone who's willing to tell you the same answer 1,000,001 times, even though he's made videos on it, he will still be very patient and try to answer them or direct you to the right locations. And I've seen it a couple of times. It's really awesome. Where like a lot of our community members, granted, I completely understand where they're coming from, are frustrated by the same questions constantly. But I think sometimes people forget the perspective. Some of us have been around since 2017. Mm-hmm. Some of us have heard the same things over and over. And
some of these questions, that pop up that people think they're being really crafty with it. Like, this is totally original. No. It's been asked since day one, once a month, every month.
You asked it in a new way, but that's about the new part about it.
I think that what a lot of people are just, they're ready for Ashes Alpha 1 because we didn't get Apocalypse. I think people are they're just in the desert. They're crawling to the oasis. They give me something. Yeah. And that's why I wish that Intrepid would change their marketing up a little bit, because they show that video in the live stream, but before they were given the video like mid-month, so we were getting like 2 things every month. And now next week we're gonna get or not next week, but the week after we're gonna get the live stream. And so we're gonna have like the 30th, the 1st, the 2nd, and maybe into the 3rd good conversation on the Discord. And then after that it's gonna trail off again.
Yeah, and that seems to have been the pattern thus far. And
there's some people in the chat like fanning the flames.
Yeah.
Is the game pay to win? How about DPS meters?
Yeah, multi-boxing.
Oh, jeez. But, I understand that people are frustrated. People are feeling lost by everything. I recently took a look at the Kickstarter just because I was just going back through seeing what kind of news is out there for Ashes, and I saw a recent post where people are like, so what's going on with the game, guys? Mm-hmm. What's happening? And I realized that might have been a front that maybe was forgotten about because everybody expected to have jumped onto the Discord possibly. Mm-hmm. But also I think Ashes got their new name, so that might have been hard to follow as well. And it just, sometimes you don't realize where there's holes until water starts seeping through them.
Well, like today, you gave me a link to, you said this link is broken, and I said, oh, because you put your stuff out there in so many places, and then you don't realize where you've put your stuff, and now. It was a learning lesson today. I gotta write that down. Make sure you remember where you put all your links, because I was sending people to a dead link, so that's no good. Yeah,
I was I don't know. I kind of follow trails. It's kind of fun. But yeah, when we were transferring over to our new podcast, there was a lot there. that we had to go through and relink and rename and re-update. And I think I might have just recently updated the Discord stuff because the Discord was apparently
it was doing
linking
weird stuff.
Yeah, to my old thing, and just it was all crazy. Aw, you guys are so sweet.
Yeah. Got some good peeps in here. We have the same glasses.
Oh, you and Jahlon.
Basically, at least the frameless bottom part. If I
have frameless top and bottom. I have drill mounts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have the frame on the top at least. But yeah, I have the silhouettes. Those are the frameless top and bottom. But they seem too frail for me because I'm kind of a klutz when it comes to glasses. So I only wear them once in a while when I'm like, I want to look super sharp.
And then me over here, I have my glasses in a drawer over there.
Hasn't worn it in forever.
Sorry.
Forever.
Sorry.
But yeah, since it came up in conversation there, Jahlon, what do you actually think about the decision to go from, because originally their path of launching stuff and path of release was going to be to do castle sieges first and then focus on doing like the Alpha 1 and stuff, but then they switched it up. What's your view on that?
I think at some point Intrepid needs to stop and realize they're off their map grid. They need to really figure out where they are and what direction they want to go. And right now, I'm usually the guy that's abrasive. I beat them up. I can't beat them up right now. The condition in San Diego, they can't go into the office to work. I know Steven wanted to have Alpha 1 out by now. They made the decision to change from Unreal Engine 4.23 to 4.25. They ran into more bugs than they thought. Nobody can predict that.
Yeah.
I think doing the Alpha 1 before they did Castle Siege mode was smart, because if you did Castle Siege, you would have another round of this is a scam, this is a pyramid scheme, this is all that nonsense. But if you have an Alpha 1 MMO in progress, people can't say that to you. People can't say you don't have an MMO. I get that Castle Siege mode is important. I get that Horde mode is important, but proving that you're doing an MMO is more important.
Yeah. And I'm kind of on that same boat. Like it would have been dandy to get the original path of releasing everything, because they were testing it at least for a day, for a couple hours. They tested it, and they talked about it, and they were talking about it coming up, and then it disappeared because of the Alpha 1 thing. And I think it was a good move, as much of a bummer as it was. Like, hey, let's do the Castle Siege thing. It's going to be amazing. Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, like you were saying, it's kind of, it's time. Yeah. It needs to show the actual game progress.
Yeah, the big problem is it's September 19th. They were going to release before 2020. And every day, it's like from V from Vendetta, every day, another failure. It's 9/19 and you're still not even in alpha yet. People are, you need to address that. I think once Alpha 1 comes out, a lot of the millstones will fall off their neck. Yeah.
And honestly, I think a lot of critics may relax a little bit when they start to see, like, I think that's where a lot of the surge lately came from, is because there was finally some actual reveal about Alpha coming up, and here's some actual gameplay from Alpha, not from a VR. And people started to kind of take notice of, okay, so it's not just the VR thing, so there's something going on, and it actually finally got some buzzing going. I can only imagine when it starts to hit beta.
Or all we need is the Lazy Peon to do another video that gets 1.7 million views, and every major streamer covers it. That was an amazing video that he did.
Yeah, it was really well. Some of that stuff, like, I forgot was even mentioned until he brought it all together into one big giant collection of information just on the screen. Like, It's bananas when you really think how much information there really is out there, and people say there's no information about the game even. Oh, there's plenty. You just have to actually want to find it.
Yeah, I know that sometimes I get in a rut where I feel that way, and then we actually start to go look, and then I find something, and I'm like, whoa, this is way more interesting than I thought it was.
Yeah. Suddenly there's talking points for a half an hour, and you've only looked for 5 minutes.
Kind of like this meme.
Uh-oh. The meme.
What is this? A world for ants?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it. I like it. So question though. Intrepid put up as a question. I don't think it was like a dev discussion type thing, but it was at least something to talk about. And I thought it was a neat discussion point is what is your favorite type of combat in an MMO? And do you think that any game has gotten it even 90% correct or perfect, I would say?
Uh-oh, hitting it 1,000.
Because there's always gripes
already.
about every system, but can you think of any one game at all that's been like this combat system for the rest of eternity in an MMO I could be satisfied with?
So, yeah, that's a loaded question because I'm old and I'm a tab target player. So most tab target games have gotten it good, but in the last 2 years, listening to the new people in the community, don't tell them I admitted to this, but I think that they have a point. We need to start slowly walking away from pure tab. We're not ready. We're 10 years away from action combat taking over the leadership of MMOs. But I think what Intrepid is doing is getting it as good as anybody has. If I had to say who got it the best, it's Guild Wars 2. I think Guild Wars 2 has gotten it the best out of any other game. And the reason why is it's enough tab that it's tabby, but it's enough actiony that the BDO people can downscale a little bit. I mean, obviously BDO gets action combat just right, but BDO, people always say, well, BDO got the action combat right. But look at the population. There's so many other problems with the game. You don't know if it's the combat drawing people or whatever it is. I think ArenaNet got it just right in Guild Wars 2. If you had to pick who got it the best, Guild Wars 2.
Yeah,
I
but
do
Guild
enjoy
Wars
Guild
2.
Wars 2.
Yeah, the reason I never played that one, and the reason was because there was no Trinity. And when it comes to an MMO, like a multiplayer, like fantasy environment, I don't know. Like it feels too FPS first person shooter-ish. Like you jump in for a quick game and you dive out and that's it. But when you can do everything and you don't need a team to do anything, you need you. And you can join a random ragtag of who knows and who cares what. And I didn't feel that concept at all. So I just never really dove into it. But I know myself, there was an old game called Cabal that was actually pretty good for action combat. I thought it was really great. It felt good. It felt fluid. It wasn't too rushed. It wasn't too slow. And it had like a combo system built in. The more combos you did, the more damage it did. But if I recall correctly, like the tighter your timing had to be each and every time you cast a new skill, which is really cool. I mean, granted, if you're playing from across the world, like you're screwed. Your ping alone is going to destroy your combos. Yeah. But outside of that, like as far as hybrid, tab target combined with action, I've said it many times, I'll say it again, WildStar I loved. I had such a blast with the combat in that system or the combat system in that game. It was fantastic.
I can't relate to MMOs because the only two I've really actually played is World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14. I played a little bit of Guild Wars 2. I enjoyed the combat system in that. Most of the combat I'm familiar with at this point, I suppose, is your action-based combat with things like Final Fantasy 14, Assassin's Creed, Horizon Zero Dawn, that kind of stuff, where you can click to keep one person targeted and make sure that you still attack that person, but overall it's generally action-based. So I don't really have as far as like my favorite MMO, but I do enjoy the feel of action-based combat. And what I saw from Steven's video, which we posted in the countdown was actually kind of interesting because it was a unique way of making sure that you're still dealing damage even if maybe you have the wrong enemy targeted, which is something that I do suffer from a lot, in terms of I end up having this guy way over here targeted, but I'm looking at this person and I'm tabbing like crazy trying to figure out which tab was this one. Usually I just give up and I just like click on the person I'm trying to target, but I think this will be an interesting direction for them to go, and I'm interested in trying it out firsthand versus just looking at it, because that's a whole other situation. It looks cool, but I want to know if it feels cool.
Yeah. And I know we've been talking to a bunch of people there in chat. I just wanted to say, hey, Tavern Inside Gaming, doing good in your show there. Jumped right in, both feet, diving right into everything. So welcome and thanks for stopping by. And Ravuda, dude, when are you going to put out another infographic?
Yes. More infographics.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we need more info for the infographic, but
True,
you know,
but still.
once it comes out, I'm expecting you to have one, man. But
one thing I wanted to know, and actually I kind of wanted to pick your brain about this a little bit, Jahlon. One of the Reddit discussions was, why is it important to have a sub-based payment?
So big deal for a lot of people. People are saying that sub-based games are antiquated. Well, if you look at the games with the healthiest populations, they're the games that you can't pay the subscription for anymore with in-game gold. WoW was great when it was sub-based. Well, WoW wants to keep its subscription count up, so they allow me to open my wallet, buy extra sub time, sell it, and I get gold. It becomes a straight pay-to-win mechanic. Final Fantasy 14, you can't sell in-game time for in-game gold. Not that there's any pay-to-win to be had in Final Fantasy 14, except the new housing is getting released next week or this month, so there'd be that.
Yeah.
A game like ArcAge, with a optional paywall, you get a lot of people playing the game, but only a few people supporting it. You wonder why there's not continual development in the game. Well, you look at the best games, they have a box price and a monthly sub. Because WoW does amazing games every 2 years. You get an amazing expansion, CGI, voiceover, amazing content. Well, they spend $250 million on it.
Yeah.
They need to offset that. Steven's got deep pockets, but he doesn't have pockets that deep. That's why we're not getting CGI. We're not getting voiceover. Yeah. They want to make sure that they can continue to deliver us content at a regular beat interval. They can't do that in a free-to-play game. They need to know how much money they're getting each month to make data-driven decisions.
Yeah, there's all that, but also from my point of view, there's also the as even Steven said before, there's more of a barrier to entry with people who are going to like gold spam and check out my whatever and log in just to troll and whatnot. There's a little bit more of a barrier to entry if you make it a sub game and you can't do certain things if you don't sub. But there's also on the other end of things, there's the actual feeling of when you're playing the game. You know, if you're a sub-based game, then everybody's going to be able to obtain the same content.
Yeah.
If you're a free-to-play game, then somebody's going to feel left out if they're like, I just want to play a game that's free, or I don't want to pay much, or whatever. They could even be somebody who pays like $100 a month for a game, but they still don't get all the content. They still don't get all the content. And that I think just kind of sucks. Like, because I'm one of those, like, I get addicted to some of those games. Not gonna lie, because they do it. They suck you in with like, here's some free stuff. Go try this stuff. Here, kid. First hit's free. Free. And then you get sucked in. And I think I walked away from a game at one point. It was a Shia Online because I realized I was paying $500 a month for like 2 months straight to play the game. And I walked away. I said, that's it. I'm done. Delete. Get rid of this thing. This is terrible for my everything.
Yeah. The only game I ever played that was an MMO that wasn't actually there's 2. Monthly was, oh my gosh, was it 3 now? Jeez. Okay, anyway, there's a game called Fiesta Online. I was much younger. My grandmother didn't approve of World of Warcraft. So I found Fiesta Online. It sounded much happier. And then there was Terra Online and Ragnarok Online. And those were a few that I dabbled in. None of them really felt the same to me as World of Warcraft. I mean, obviously, with the income World of Warcraft and Blizzard Entertainment gets from it, they're able to put out more quality and better quality stuff. So for me, growing up, I kept comparing everything in the World of Warcraft, and then eventually I was just dissatisfied. It ended up coming to a point where I was satisfied paying money monthly if it meant that I was getting good content and I wasn't playing a game where somebody else, all they had to do was buy this like X armor set over here and now they're like super duper strong and whatever. Granted, am I a sucker for cosmetics? Heck yeah. Do the cosmetics on the screen really entice me right now? Heck yeah. Am I getting probably 2 of them? Yeah. But I enjoy it because there's not really there's no advantage to getting them. Kind of like pets in Blizzard. I liked getting pets and mounts in Blizzard because there's not really an advantage to it. My favorites were their and I wonder if Ashes is going to implement something similar to this, is the charity that they have occasionally, the charity pets or the charity mounts. I really enjoy those because, hey, I get a pet and I'm helping somebody out, and those are 2 things I'm down for.
I've been trying for years. Every year, just before Extra Life for Kids, I try to get Steven to sell a pyramid cosmetic. Or for the mantelpiece, because I want them to sell that and then take all that money and donate it to charity. So I 100% agree with what you said. It's for charity. You get a mantelpiece item that's a pyramid. It could be me and Steven fighting over a bag of money. I don't care, but just sell something that kind of like turns all the haters, your pyramid scheme. They have to eat crow. You're able to make a big donation to charity because people, you could sell that for $5 and you'd sell 20,000 of them.
Oh yeah. Especially the Ashes crowd. They'd buy in a heartbeat. And especially with how many cosmetic addicts there are, because that's also why I have zero issue with them having a cosmetic shop, because it's all cosmetic stuff. People like me are going to want to buy them all because I love cosmetic stuff. I just like every once in a while being able to change up what I'm writing that day for a different mount. Every day of the week, just hit the random button and see and have a completely different one for every day of the year. Why not? But at the same time, if I'm like, I don't want to buy any, I'm not going to miss out on anything except for looking interesting as a pirate, because that's the monthly cosmetic.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm enjoying chat. That's all.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many of these came over with you, but some of these folks are cracking me up.
Oh, some of these are my misfits.
I enjoy it very much.
Since we're not on my show at the moment, I can admit this. I have a hard time keeping a straight face with some of my guys. They like it's taken like there's times that I have to like look down and not look at the screen for a minute because I'm gonna bust out laughing.
It's like that dad mode where like your kid did something completely wrong, but it's still funny, and you're just like, I can't laugh right now because this is not. It's setting a bad example. If I laugh, they know. Yeah, completely get it.
my teenager will hit me with, "You can't be that mad. You're laughing." I'm like.
Things can be funny but wrong at the same time.
Right. So here's something that I came across. It was more of a suggestion, but I think it's a pretty good discussion point. And it's crossing the ocean through the underrealm. And the original poster is Destroyer Elf 172. They said, I think it would be cool to be able to cross the ocean through the underrealm. If that's not already possible, the land masses are close at some points, and this seems reasonable. What do you think?
I love the idea, but it's not going to get implemented because then you're taking away from one system to make another system cool. You're taking away from the necessity of the naval system, and if you make it so people can run underneath you you change the caravan system. You change the risk involved with the caravan system. You also create a bottleneck where you're creating you'd have to do multiple tunnels, and we know there's only 100 square kilometers of underrealm.
Mm-hmm.
So if they weren't planning on having such a robust naval content system, I'd say I love the idea. But I think, and I've seen this come up one other time, I think it takes away from the naval content system, which I'm stoked about the naval content system. So I'm biased. I don't want anything to take away from the naval content system.
But on the other hand, could you consider it maybe an underground in some areas, like as they pointed out, if the land masses are close enough, being able to go under? Could you consider it as maybe like an alternative route that you can sneak around if you already know? Like, hey, I know that this area over here is an outcropping that will get me to the other side of the caravan, and so we can ambush them from the other side by the time they get there, kind of thing. Would you think of it as something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely could see that. It because we don't know what we don't know. That may look really small on the map, but it may be really big. Yeah. So Stephen has said that map is informational, not representational. But no, I definitely it would be interesting if, not necessarily at launch, but if through player actions they could create underrealm tunnels to the other continent.
Ooh,
then that
I like that more.
Yeah.
That's actually more interesting.
Especially if they do another continent in their first expansion pack, like a northern island or a southern island, and then there's things you have to do, then I could see that working.
What do you think, Verta?
I was going to say, I think it would be something neat and interesting. I see your point, Jahlon, about the naval combat system and just the travel and caravans, being able to turn into a boat-based caravan and such like that. But if they were traveling the underrealm, if anything going under the sea, especially were to have the ability to ride a mount turned off, like that would take them so long to go under the water for something like that it's like, okay, do you want to take 9 years and possibly have somebody jump you as soon as you crawl out of the tunnel, or just get on a boat and go really fast while there's nobody there, and maybe somebody won't jump in your path?
So see, this is how good ideas come about, because you throw something out. If I agree, I think I would like it a lot more if you couldn't mount. If you had to walk it, then you're starting to sell me on this idea.
Because that would make it a lot more interesting. Get the Harriet Tolnar Underground Railroad, just pulling supplies over by foot, one person at a time.
Sorry, I really enjoyed this reluctant reaper input. If we tame a giant underrealm mole and make it dig tunnels only after defeating him as a server wide raid boss.
All right.
I like that. There you go. You've opened up a Tolnar railroad from one town to the other. But it has to be a naked mole rat.
A naked mole rat.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, did you know that Stephen has considered burrowing legendary mounts for a Metropolis mayor? If the Metropolis is in the Underrealm, instead of a flying mount, you might have a burrowing mount.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Be able to just jump up and go straight to the surface. All right.
That's interesting.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Thoughts?
The thoughts?
Thoughts. Lots of thoughts. lots of
so many things. Well, it's like I would still love him to actually do the Dungeon of Demon Children.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't even remind me. Is that our kitty or Jalen's kitty?
That's my daughter's deaf cat. She's outside my door.
Aww. We have one that just randomly decides that she wants attention and starts meowing after hiding all day, and we can't find her anywhere.
I gotta say though, your kitty has a very pronounced meow sound.
Yeah, she's deaf, so
there's more of a meow. It's very pronounced exactly how it's spelled when we refer to it. Like a lot of cats are just meow. Meow. They just make a noise. No, yours is meow.
Aww. Waiting for Jalen's cat cam.
Cat cam. There you go.
I just want the system where I can make. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Aw, cute. Hi,
No,
kitty.
he doesn't want to be internet famous right now.
Oh no, just when you're streaming. Hi, pretty.
Nope, time to run this time.
So, we're a tavern. What do you think of playing poker in game at a tavern?
You know, me personally, I'm torn because I really like the idea of being able to, just for, you know, immersion's sake and just for fun and all that. But then there's going to be somebody with the morality police of, but people have gambling problems. Now you're going to ruin their in-game life as well as their out of game life. You're going to make them gamble away all their money. So I don't know.
I think Intrepid a couple of years ago said that they want to make sure that there's in-game games of chance, games of cards, games of dice. And if you own the tavern, you're like a casino. You get a cut of the money.
Ooh.
The problem is, I don't think they're going to get that passed based on things that I talked to Tryon back in 2015 about the casino. A lot of people don't realize ArcAge has a casino and it functions in Korea, but it was disabled for the NAEU build because of EU law.
Which is what Horrendous was just bringing up in chat.
And then Final Fantasy XIV has the Golden Saucer, which is a casino, but it's bound currency. Nothing you can ever get with MGP can be traded.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Intrepid's going to have to come up with some sort of, additional currency, which would be fine. You could get in-game currency and then buy in-game cosmetics that can't be traded.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to come up with a rule set. With that said, I absolutely love the idea of no wood chip. I absolutely love the idea of games of dice, games of cards, the throwing knives at the other person game. I love the thought of all those.
Tossing dwarves, you know.
No dwarf tossing. That's not nice. It's funny. But no, I would love to see it. I do admit, though, people are going to say I have a gambling addiction. Then my argument is, well, I have a drinking addiction, so there can't be taverns because you're tempting me to drink. And then that's just really a nonsensical argument.
Which was actually kind of funny for the whole when I was a minor thing in World of Warcraft with the alcohol stuff. It was just like, I mean, it didn't make me want to drink anymore, any less. It was more fun to be like, whoa, what happens if I smash this a bunch? Oh my gosh, I can't see shit. Oh my gosh, my screen is now doing this, and I don't know where I'm going.
And then you're Ralphing.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, that's my only hesitation in saying I'm all for it is just not really necessarily that I think it's a bad idea so much as I just don't want there to be like all that, backlash and negativity about it, because I know there'd be somebody who would bring it up and it would be a blah thing going on. Yeah, because it's brought up with like the phone games and even internet stuff where it pops up where there's gambling of even not winning actual money. Mm-hmm. But those little games are so much like a dime a dozen that they disappear and appear so quickly it doesn't even matter. Right. But in a game I want to stick around, like I just don't want there to be that negative connotation to it. So I think doing like you were saying, like Final Fantasy XIV does with their Golden Saucer might be the good split on that.
Or something similar with the not being able to trade it with in-game money kind of thing.
Right. You can buy X amount of MGP to start. If you ever go broke, you can buy X amount, but then you have to, tavern tokens. There you go. Tavern tokens.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I like it. And then tavern owners will just have, infinite tokens to go buy all the cosmetics from the gambling store. I like it. See, that's why we'll need to actually run a tavern, is because I need the cosmetics from it.
Are you guys going to open the Golden Tavern on your server?
Oh, absolutely.
I was thinking, I've been looking for the perfect tavern cosmetic. Any thoughts on what the October cosmetics? I am not going to answer that. You want to know why? Because
we have been horribly wrong.
Yes. I mean, me specifically has been horribly wrong. I was all like, oh, it's March. They're going to do something cute and like earthy because it's almost spring, and green, and those go well together. And they've been showing off the bear that's also like made with grass. Death is what we got. And I was just like, that was so far off the mark. I have no clue what's even happening anymore.
Everything was red and deadly, and I'm still saying though, like, I'm happy I got my Corona pony. So
Oh jeez.
I'm actually surprised they released that set in March, only because we kind of got it out of Steven a couple of years ago. They're not going to do like Halloween because there's no Halloween in Vera.
Yeah.
But he said that they would do darker cosmetics in the month of October, and it's followed suit. And now I want to know, are we getting another round of darker cosmetics next month? And we
Maybe
better.
it'd be dark purple.
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna say to Steven, where's my darker stuff? Although, did you see Mist's her artwork on what she did to Stufferton?
oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Fantastic.
That they
Just in
need
case
to.
people haven't seen it.
Yeah, they need
Yeah, it was
to.
funny. Someone came and said, "What'd you do to Stufferton?"
Did you know that I said they made it better on Twitter and Steven liked the comment?
Made it 20 times better. Yes. Agreed.
But I think I honestly believe they should contact a Mist and get permission to do a Stufferton variation based on her like one skeletal paw. Like, oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, see, I think the tricky part of that is that they would have to start releasing some more of the lore around Stufferton, because so far all that we really know about it is that there is lore about it existing, and that's why it exists, and that's it.
Right.
We just have like there is a valid reason for it to exist, and that's all he's said so far.
Oh no, he gave a little bit more when we pressed him for it.
Ooh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's an animated doll that's responsible for taking a noble's child to and from wizard school.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Then that makes sense. All right, so yeah, I guess wizard made it for a child.
Yeah.
All right. See, you miss things every now and again, or else I do anyway. You apparently don't.
You have a job and you do stuff like move across the country.
Well, I was gonna say that's what you get for streaming questions being answered for 93 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yes.
You know, I don't think I've ever not seen you online when I've actually looked, like logged on to Twitch. I don't think I've ever not seen your logo on the left side. Like, here's people currently streaming right now.
Yeah, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and now Saturdays,
This
all
one,
fixed
yeah.
shows.
Yeah, between you and Samorg, like the two of you guys are just on at all times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I absolutely love this thing. I absolutely
That needs
love
to be
it.
a thing.
I want permission. I want to get permission from a Mist. I want to print this. I want to print this as like a wall banner for behind me. I would hang that in my office right now.
She's been doing some cool stuff, like the dagger.
Yeah. The book turned out great too.
Oh, yeah.
The book I missed, but I saw the dagger. I really like that one.
No, Raven. Just no.
Terrible.
I was just pretending I didn't see it.
That didn't happen.
But by the way, go follow her because she's sweet as well. She does really awesome work, and she's fun to hang out with.
Oh, and did you see the person that was making music, like I think it was a Karai theme?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! In case nobody's seen it here, I'll drop the link in. But yeah, there's
Let me see if I can.
someone called
open the music.
Matakaimas does stuff on YouTube, but he was streaming on Twitch and making an Ashes theme song. It's actually really good. I'm going to be reaching out to this person to see if we can get some tavern music for our background.
Yes.
Man, people with artistic talent infuriate me because I have none. Like zero.
Yeah, and you can catch, like, we made a post on the in the content creator area, but yeah, I'm the same way. Like I DJ. That to me is just, I take stuff that somebody else has made and I present it in unique ways, and that's what I do. It's the equivalent of like photoshopping somebody else's pictures. Like, sure, it's not a talent everybody has, but I'm not actually creating the original thing. You know, I'm just presenting it to people, and like I'm going out and finding all the good stuff so other people don't have to find it or look for it. Yeah. But that's the extent of my artistic capability.
Here, I'm gonna try playing this real quick. With it playing, you might hear an echo, guys. I'm sorry. I'll just show you a short piece of it. It's really pretty. I really like it. It's very relaxing. Something to have as a background audio, I think. I'm just gonna stop it there, and now you guys gonna have to go hear it for yourself.
But yeah, there's and that was a little snippet of the very calm part, but there was a really, really nice sounding bit that was, it really sounds like chilling out in the woods with the elves and, you know, campfire going and just hanging out with the peoples. So I think something along that feeling, if we could get some tavern sounds in there, that'd be great for our background.
I agree. I think I might go ahead and reach out to them at some point with it. Maybe lurk while they're streaming.
yeah, right.
We need to know when they're streaming, and if they're ever streaming when I'm finishing, I'll just drop them 100 and some odd visitors and be like, here, give the Golden Feather some music.
do it.
Thank you.
This is
Mato Kamas?
Yeah, Matakamas. Let me go ahead and drop you the two links again. The first link I'll drop for you is going to be the official forum post that he made that showed a couple little Twitch clips of the progress he was making on the song.
And I'll have to shout out real quick.
YouTube is the finished product. It's very chill and very like dramatic sounding for most of it, but there is a bit almost right in the middle where it gets a little bit more like smooth, chill, dancey.
Yeah.
Like again, like around a campfire, hanging out at the end of the night. I dig it. But yeah, I saw that and said music for ashes. All right, let's see what this is all about. Ooh, pretty.
Also, Theater also says that the Graceful Bard makes music as well. So, Theater, if you want to drop us their link in our Discord, we would love to check them out.
Yeah, is that ashes themed as well, or ashes inspired, I should say?
I need to find this crossroads everyone is talking about. Let's sell my soul. Yeah, the music that we have is Ashes inspired as well. The one that you're hearing right now, it's from Makinoji. But we've had this for ages. And I guess I'll take a moment real quick in the middle of our show to just kind of announce that we are in the middle of chatting with somebody. We are in the middle of revamping everything. It's probably going to be like the first or second week, maybe even the third at the latest, that we're going to be implementing the new layouts. We're in the process of negotiating right now exactly what we're looking for, making sure that we bring you the exact feeling that we're looking for in terms of when you join our shows. We want to make sure that you feel welcome, which is our intent. Oh gosh.
Ashes Creation 2050. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so yeah, AOC light.
Nice.
All right. Definitely have to give that a look then, because that would be dandy. Because I know we could find music, like tavern style music, from a lot of different people, but we definitely want to try and support more like the Ashes inspired people, just to kind of keep it within the community.
Yes.
Bring their music up and such like that. But Sir Jahlon.
Yes.
Have you bumped into anything extremely interesting that you thought was a really good discussion point here lately?
The one that has gone over a lot has been the visual progression. I never really considered endgame fashion, endgame content. And one person made a horrible post on the Reddit, and it was like 26 paragraphs of "I can't find your point." But then afterwards, somebody contacted me on Discord. We had a good conversation. I definitely I don't agree. I don't agree with the position that Intrepid shouldn't have a cash shop, but I 100% accept why there is a small group of people who are upset about the cosmetic cash shop. So that was a good discussion point. But beyond that, like Bree said at the beginning of the show, we've had all these discussions about 50 times. So really, other than the visual progression one, I haven't seen something new come out in months, maybe. Something that we haven't covered before, probably months.
Yeah, because I know, like, as far as visual progression, people were even talking about, like, attack skills, like the fireball, with the mage jumping up and doing a twirly thing, and, like, just in general, everything. Like, at one point, they were even talking about the fireball itself, like, flying through the air. It should look really wimpy at first, and then get stronger. And someone else goes, but we're supposed to be strong to begin with, so...
Yes, the fireball animation is too much. It's too muchness. But Steven's already said that they're dialing back a lot of that stuff. So I'm patient. I get people's concern, though. I definitely understand their concern. That is a lot of animation.
Yeah, and to, I guess, talk through what Chibi was typing there. Yeah, we do some interviews, like Stephen, Maggie, Toast we've had on, but that's not really our main thing. We just like to bring them on once in a while. Our main focus really is going to be bringing on people from the Ashes community, mainly to, for the most part, bring in people that are kind of newer or trying to get exposure or just have done something really interesting lately, or honestly, we just haven't talked to in a long time. So we want to bring him back on. Like Jahlon, we haven't had on in a while, and I saw a post the other day where he was talking about the new channel he made that's more like IRL focused. So I thought it would be a nice timing. Plus, he kind of saved our bacon because we had somebody else, and we were like, "Hey, so are you available tomorrow?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, what time?
It's funny you say that because you DM'd me on Twitter, and I don't really do DMs on Twitter. That's why I responded to you on Discord. It's like, if you try to talk to me on Twitter, I'm gonna screw it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Because I think you sent me one there, and I was like, so what's up with this?
Also, sometimes we try to reach out to you guys however we can. There's been a few people I've reached out to on Reddit who either haven't responded yet or don't get on it long enough, and so I try to reach out on another platform, and then things just get like confused a little bit. Happens occasionally, but if you're ever interested in joining us, we do have a part in our Discord for people interested in being on the show and chatting with us about what their thoughts are, or people that you want to have us on. You want us to have on. Jeez. But yeah, it's just, we want to make sure that we contact you guys as much of a good area of contact. What's the word I'm looking for here? The method of contact that you prefer most, I guess. But sometimes between Vertec and I, we get things a little mixed up.
Yeah. And yeah, if you ever have anybody that you see streaming content or something cool you see out in the Ashes sphere, I guess.
Gotta remember though, they gotta be like Jahlon cool.
Very calm individuals, just like Jahlon. But no, like if you see something out there you really like, by all means, please let us know. We'd be happy to. I mean, our last guest and the one before actually were from people that either suggested like, hey, bring this person on, or somebody that just said, hey, I do content and I'd like to be on your show.
Yeah.
So just let us know. By all means, we're open to get people out there.
We're looking to cover all sorts of things as well. Like we have Jahlon on today, who does a lot of information-based videos. We had somebody on who does more lore-based videos. And we want a variety of people. We want people that are into role play. We want people that are into music making, to theory crafting, all of that. Because there's more than one facet of Ashes of Creation, and I know it's a big one, which is like the news and like about, but we want to know everything. Like, we want to cover everything for like all the different individual people that are interested. Who knows? Maybe somebody out there has been keeping track of all of the lore things and is waiting for their chance to share lore information. You know what, Ninja? I was Vertec and I were thinking of something with that, because recently D&D offered an extension for Twitch. And so that's something that
D&D Beyond.
Something we've been listening to. By the way, happy welcome, and also Redbird, and all everybody else who's followed, and everybody else who's been either gifted a sub or decided to sub on their own. We appreciate the love and support, and honestly, we are just excited to cover your guys' information. All of the stuff that we talked about, at least for the most part, is from the Reddit. We like to pull our conversations from the Reddit and the forums mainly, because we want to know what you guys are talking about. What are you guys are interested in, like, chatting? And also things that just happen from live streams and Twitter and other people's streams that, you know, are interesting chats, like terrifying half-dead Stuffersons.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be creating some kind of a D&D environment for a game once in a while, because we're trying to move forward with. We had a community day a couple months back where we actually just had a bunch of people from the community jump in Discord with us, and we played some party games, and that was our stream, and that was actually a blast. But we need to really work out how we're doing the audio and video for that, so that everybody can see everything going on with the game and interact in time. That's gonna be the tricky part, because it was kind of a train wreck on that end of things. People had issues with some things, so we're gonna do more of that.
Yeah, I am working on my audio leveling as well, because the last we occasionally, and actually that's something that I think I'm gonna put up on Twitter, we occasionally like to have just a community chat, or what we call that, tavern chat last time.
Yeah, tavern chat.
Tavern chats where you guys can join us, and we could just sit there and just chat Ashes, whatever it is that comes to mind. Just talk about it in a general, like, peer-to-peer conversation instead of streamer to viewer. Kind of remove that boundary and just chill with you guys for an hour. But I messed up the audio really badly last time. Sorry. Anyhow, last final words, Jahlon. Impressions, feelings, thoughts.
Last final words.
Yes, for a podcast.
For your podcast.
Yes, you're not dying, I promise. There's no death note anywhere with your name on it. You're good.
Let's go with, I'm actually really proud of your show. You guys you guys have stuck with it. I said it on my show earlier. I'm going to say it again here, though. You guys are a small show because you're a niche show. I do appreciate the amount of work you guys put into doing this every week. And I mean, you've got feathers in your cap. You've had Steven on, you've had Margaret on, and those interviews aren't easy. Setting them up isn't easy. Getting Steven on an interview is hard. And then you guys actually propel other creators. So I appreciate what you do. You guys are like I'm the brain of the community of content creators, but you're like the heart and soul of the content creators.
Oh,
thank you.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't
really
think anyone's gonna top you for like digging deep in knowledge and memorizing the entire wiki front to back.
He is the walking wiki, pretty much.
I don't think anyone's gonna top you on that one.
Aw.
Well, everybody here with us, we definitely appreciate every moment you spent with us. Time is something that's very valuable, and we are really happy you decided to spend it with us today. Whether being forced to by Jahlon, I don't know if maybe he paid you guys off. I mean, that's cool too. I don't mind. But either way, it was great. It was fun. Join us next time.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have a last minute cancellation, just shoot me a PM. I can jump in anytime.
He even told me at 3 a.m. was okay. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'll remind that.
if you see me online and you need a tag team partner, just send me a message.
Sounds good. Let me see who else is streaming Ashes. Since you gave us love, I would like to forward that love now that I've learned how to properly raid somebody.
Right.
Nobody other than Lex. Lex is testing his bot stream notification, but you are the only Ashes show. Tavernside Gaming just went live.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see him showing his live, but I don't see it.
Oh,
I don't
no.
see him in
I
here.
don't. Tavern, what are you doing?
I think he may have gone live and then didn't. Maybe, I don't know. Because it was showing live on mine too.
Let's surprise Lex. I was actually almost considering that. I don't know how Lex would feel though. Oh, hey, look, he's live
Lex,
again.
we're here.
Yeah, there's
He's live again.
Tavern is live.
Yeah, so would they say there's some more? But he's rocking. I'm not sure what it is he's rocking. He's playing something. Streamforge? The Forest. Oh, that's what he's playing. The Forest.
Thanks, Candace, for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Let me go ahead and don't ruin the surprise. Let me go ahead and raid Tavernside. By the way, we will be swapping to Fridays in October, just as an FYI, starting about an hour earlier. So here we go.
Yeah, so starting in October, every Friday, 4 p.m. PST.
Yes. And sometimes we'll be doing watch shows if they're live.
Yeah, if they're doing their live stream, if Intrepid's doing their live stream at 4 o'clock, we'll do a watch show and then start our stream right after.
Yeah. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Right.
Go.